Radical.
Welcome to Flea Market Stories, documenting one man's journey into the world of flea marketing. I'm not feeling that well. This is the best I can get my voice. I gotta keep it slow. I gotta keep it low. Alright, gotta keep it slow and low. I took me an Alka-Seltzer, and I have a Luden's cough drop. So if there's any sounds like that, you'll just have to deal with it. This is the best we can get my pipes today. There's a lot to actually go over for this day. That makes it a little difficult. A lot I don't want to leave out. First off, I had a mission. My mission this day was simply to find one or more Xbox 360 controllers. I had two consoles ready to go. Actually, three, if you count the half-broken Xbox 360 console. I was selling that one also. So it was a day I wanted to move all of them. And almost moved two of them. I moved one of them. What's going to get in the way of that is not having a controller. People don't really want to buy a console without a controller. In most cases, ain't nobody got time for that. They want a complete console when they get home. Okay? I mean, it's tough to sell something without a controller because they can't even demo play it. I went all over. I first went into my spot. I'm lucky they didn't really say anything because the owner, one of the owners of the place, not owners, but the person that runs one of the managers, she saw me walking around. So obviously she could have said, "Hey, you're not at your table. It's after 9 o'clock. You need to get back to your table." But she didn't say anything. I just said, "I'm getting my steps in today," or whatever. So I don't know. That's the one that kind of thinks, not the only one. The one that thinks I guess maybe she's a little sweet on me, so she allows me to get away with certain things. Or I don't know. She's not critical of me in the way she is like other tables sometimes. And they must be rare. 360 controllers must be rare. I called this one local game store. They're out right now. Online, 360 controllers are freaking $20 some dollars. I mean, that's like for an old console, right? And I found one. Wasn't even an authentic Xbox 360 controller. It was a Yovi. They're not as good. But this one was going for $25. I damn sure didn't want to pay $25 for a knockoff 360 console controller. I mean, looked new. Didn't want to. I looked at their games. They had some games. It was two females, this fine, sexy black sister and her mama. I mean, she wasn't super fine, but she was reasonably fine. She had a chest tattoo, so the barrier for entry might be a little lower on that one because of the chest tattoo. That's what I was thinking about. I might have to become a big spender on her table. Become a big spender, buy a lot of video games from her table, maybe get her digits, Because, I mean, I don't know. You could be like, well, maybe I'll get your number and, you can tell me about some other game stuff you come across, or I'm looking for this, There's a variety of entry levels you can, but right now I'm not focused on that. Trying to get my focus off of that stuff. Get my focus off the honeys and onto the money. That's what I'm trying to get my focus right now, going into the end of the year. Right now. So I went back and I decided, I really do need another 360 controller. I need another controller, and I could sell it as being okay, here's a new controller in a box, and maybe I'll take a loss and say, okay, 20 on this, and then I'll bump up what I would normally sell an Xbox 360 console for. A working 360 console without a hard drive, I'll do that maybe 80, And then with a big hard drive, 100. That's probably what I'm doing. And then I give good discounts on the games. But I want to get my money on the front end, the system, and tell them hey, you buy the system from me, I'll continue giving you good discounts if you come back for the games. Because games ain't nothing. You get games anywhere, but consoles, those are a little tougher to come. those are a little tougher to get, especially ones that are in good working order. Plus, I feel that I can charge a little more there because I have the display and people know that they're working. And I could use the argument like you go around those other tables, they have consoles. Yeah, you don't know if they're going to work. You know if they're going to be good, right? Plus, I say, you have any issues with it in a couple weeks, bring it back. Except for the white 360 versions. No, no, no. It's those buy as is. So I decided to go back and I picked it up. I paid $25 for it, What I tried to do was go and offer a stack of games, mostly sports games. I was going to go back there and offer a Power A Xbox One controller without the cord. By the way, if anybody has any bead on getting one of those cords that actually works, because I've tried lots of phone cords that fit it, but it doesn't come on. What's it about the Power A cord that's very special? I don't know. Leave it in the comment section down below, please. If anyone knows where I could get that standalone cable without actually having to buy another controller that would definitely work with it. I don't know what the deal is. They'll fit, but the light comes on, but then goes instantly off. So yeah, I have my plan going. This day was just a shit day because I got back and it's now an hour and a half past 9 o'clock when I usually set up. 10:30. Guess what? The controller doesn't fucking work. I mean, like it comes on, but doesn't sync with the Xbox 360. I tried with plug-in. I tried with batteries. Couldn't sync. Apparently, you need that dongle. And guess what wasn't in the box? Dongle wasn't in the box. So I go back. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at them or whatever. I guess they didn't really know. Hey fellas, they're women. Women don't know stuff about gaming. So come on, Just want to get a misogynist comment in there. Just, to drive a lot of females crazy. So anyways, I go back and I explain what's going on. And there's no hard feelings or whatnot. I even wound up buying the Xbox 360 version of Shadow of Mordor. Just for shits and giggles. I want to see what it looks like on 360. And I noticed that they have a really badass Demon Slayer scroll. They have some anime stuff there, so I might take a look at it next time I'm around. Not bad prices for what it is. The scroll is only like $20. It's pretty nice. Love Demon Slayer. So, and there's another thing that I could talk with that female about, So there you go. I mean, might be some future honey there. Here's the thing though about the pricing on the video games. I hate this. There was no sticker prices on there. And I realize now I have a potential thing to sell people at tables. I could walk around at tables and actually just like say, hey, I'm selling pricing guns. Would you like one? Or just bring it up. I'm like, at my table, I have like a custom pricing gun. So people don't have to ask how much. And I could say, be like, how much time does it save you to actually stop having to like answer like, hey, how that much? And you could put the price on there. They had to check the internet to know what the prices are. I couldn't stand that. I just can't stand that. I thought I'm gonna buy a couple cheap games here. Why not? Maybe I can flip them, make a little bit of money. NASCAR. I saw it, $5, maybe. Sometimes NASCAR is considered sports games, but you can sometimes get more for like the racing type games. I think they had a couple of racing games in there. Wanted to diversify my sales. I always do pretty good with racing games, car games, anything with a car, right? They had to check online, and the prices seem kind of high on everything except for Shadow of Mordor. You know how much? I thought like 6. I thought she said 6. It was her mother that looked it up. Apparently NASCAR. Do I have my internet right in front of me? Do I have a computer? Let's see if I can look this up. She looked it up. Okay, come on. Come on, Firefox. Come on. Why are you having trouble? Shit. Yeah, my internet's not working. I mean, it's nothing major. I just got to plug in something in the back of the computer. So anyways, She said it was $60. Can't be right. Can't be. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying $60 for an unsealed NASCAR '09 360. To hell, man. I don't think so. It's one of the deals where she probably looked at it like an auction and somebody wanted that much for it, but no. So, anyways, yeah, I got Mordor, went back, and there were some positive things. Tomorrow I'm gonna try putting out a lot of $1 items. I had a little bit of luck on the $1 items. I had like a lot of porcelain things, like figurines, things of that nature, or whatnot. Doodads. I call them doodads. You sell a lot of cheap doodads at the flea market. So I'm just gonna like try to push the cheap doodads. I didn't sell one single DVD or Blu-ray. Not one. Not one. And I don't think it's just gonna work. I've invested far too much into getting, well, free boxes at places to display. I mean, I'm trying really hard. I think it's just impossible to sell movies right now. Unless you got some special movies or series. And the kids' movies, I have luck with those because number one, I usually price them down very cheap. And number two, kids see it and kids like it. But adults mostly stream now. If anything, I had more interest on like CDs. I had like a lot of CDs. And they go for a buck each. I think, I don't know what to think about CDs and DVDs, whatever. But yeah, streaming pretty much like killed that stuff. So much interest on the games though. People will push aside the boxes of DVDs to get closer to the games and everything. So okay, fine. It is what it is. You know, I can't change the world, man. I can't make everyone, you know, go back and to actually put value onto physical media movies. It's just weird how like I'm not gonna get on like a podium or whatever. Well, it's just weird how there was so much push and focus pushing Blu-ray specifically. And now, yeah. No one gives a shit, you know? Well, some people do, but most people don't. Especially the flea market, you know? So tomorrow I'm just going to be pushing games. I'm looking around basically just any games I really don't play. I'm just going to try to get rid of tomorrow, you know? It just for the mere fact. I mean, I have the money to pay for everything that I've had to pay for. I have it in the bank, but there's just something that happens when you start to see the thousands just drain away from the bank. You get fucking pissed, man. So I'm like, what is it around here that I am not doing and using right now? Oh, video games. Yeah. So I mean, if I could sell some video games and get money up to actually pay for car repairs, and it's a win-win to me. For me. I mean, hell, do any of us really, really need a lot of video games, to be honest? You know, I mean, if you have Game Pass, you're pretty much set, you know. And if you go after trim like I do, yeah, it's much funner to play with. But they're fun. Hey, video games are fun. Don't get me wrong. Like I have lots of fun. I've had fun with video games throughout the years. This seems like I have more fun selling video games to people and watching them smile. Seems like I have more fun lately with that. Right? So, I guess I'll finish off. There's a couple things I want to mention. There's two things, actually. I can't skip over this. There's one guy selling like a virtual reality unit. Not that one that's popular, but another one that's going for like $1,500, and he was take 8. I don't know anything about it. He looked at me, he was like, can you help me sell this? He's the same guy I got the PlayStation 2 from. I was like, I don't know anything about that. But I'm now the video game guy, right? So he tells me like, hey, you're the video game guy, so maybe if you could help me sell this, you can keep some of the profit. There's one thing I looked at, I don't even know what it was. It was like something to plug into your controller, your system, and allowed you to use like a PlayStation 4 controller on an Xbox or vice versa. It's a very interesting thing. I think it's over $100, what it is. And he was wanting 65. I thought to myself, there ain't no way right now at the flea market on a slow day, this thing is going to sell. Like, I can guarantee you, I would bet money that this thing would not sell. But less than an hour after he put it on, he gave it to me to put in front of like my video game stuff that was getting a lot of attention. There was a guy that came by a times past the table. I happened to take it, put it in front of the Xbox, and he picked it up, looked at me, and he was like, we take 50. I looked over him. He's the guy right there. That's who you want to talk to. And he said, yeah, he'll take 50. He'll take 50. And he sold that thing. I could not freaking believe it. And he offered me 20. But I said, nah. I didn't even want anything, but he was dedicated. I'm like, what? All he did was, I didn't really do much to sell it. It kind of sold itself. But the fact that it was on my table with video games, I told him, like, hey, I guess I'm good luck for you this day. Earlier, he gave me a great deal on a HDMI cable. I still owe him like a VGA cable, I believe. Or maybe he took it. I'm not sure. I think, no printer cable. I'm not sure what he took. But he gave it to me for $4 and the VGA cable, a monster cable, an HDMI freaking monster cable. I've never seen one of these things. Like, I mean, like, I've never owned one of them. I've seen them. I've never like opened a package. This thing's like, it looks nice. I don't know. Leave it in the comment section down below. Is your picture really better with an HDMI monster cable? I don't know. I might keep this bad boy because I was thinking about like boxing it up. I can maybe upsell the one of the Xboxes by saying it's a monster cable in there. Maybe, possibly. I paid $4 for it. I looked at a keyboard and I wanted a new. I like the clicky keyboards. Some of you make fun of me for the clicky keyboards, but nah. The longer the keys, the better. I love the clicky keyboards. And he had one. It wasn't anything fancy, but I just opened it. I was like, man, this is a nice looking keyboard. I think it was like wireless too. Might not have been. I'm not sure. But I told him, hey, you remember that keyboard I was looking at earlier? Keep that $20. Profit or whatever, call it. Finder's fee or whatever the hell ever. I said, I just want that keyboard. I want that keyboard. So I got that keyboard and I'm a happy man. Got me the monster cable and a keyboard, and we might roll that into a show off Saturday, maybe a little later. I'm feeling good. I think my voice has come back a little bit. Hey, if you're losing your voice, cough drop and Alka-Seltzer. Sometimes that can actually help a little bit. The last thing I want to talk about was one dude, I think I sold him Dragon Ball Fighter Z maybe like, half a year ago. Like near after Christmas time. I hadn't seen this kid. Maybe like 14, 15 years old. And I remember he bought some games from me, like I recalled him. He's really big into gaming. Like, he's a big gamer. He might tell you some more gaming stuff than like a lot of us. He knew his stuff, man. He knew his stuff. He had multiple consoles. He was looking at everything I had for sale. And it wasn't really annoying or whatever because I'm like, just a kid. Not too bad. He talked a lot. I was thinking, like, he always winds up buying something. Like, he is looking for things to buy. I just have to have something that he wants. And he was looking at the broken 360. Not the others. Nah. He wanted the older style 360. And he asked me, does this have the original dashboard? I think he's like a future like collector, of different kinds of things, different consoles. And I said, I'll let that go for $30. I paid 30, I'll let it go for 30. I told him the positives and negatives. I'm like, here's a cable. It comes with a cable. Comes with a hookup cable. Comes with the power adapter. He needed the power adapter. He needed one. So I didn't want to sell it separate because I'm like, well, I don't really want to sell it separate because that's one of the whole big selling points is to move this is that it comes with a power cable. He bought it. Yeah, he bought it. But I let it go for 25 because I kind of felt bad because the disk drive didn't work. So I'm like, go $25. There you go. Just happy to get rid of that. And I gave him the plastic tub. So those tubs are like maybe $3-4. So, or did I not? No, I kept the tub. I gave him. I think he wanted the cardboard box. So when he bought that, he said he also needed a extra power adapter for an Xbox 360S. So I said, okay, $30. He had, what was it? I gave him $5 back, and I said, give me that $5 back. You can have this power cord. And it's just an extra power cord. I got like a million broken or messed up Xbox 360s. I mean, I had like a 360 graveyard or something. I didn't have luck with 360s in the past. So I probably got a ton of them things. And you can actually get money for because people need them. Because people sometimes go to places and they buy this console without the power brick. So yeah, I'm gonna go through my closet see if I can find some power bricks. Now, what's really funny is the fact that he was yelling at his mother on the phone, and it's talking about how he was frustrated with his mother, yelling at her, frustrated, right? And I don't know if his mother cannot speak English and he speaks English. Because here's what happened. He kept yelling at his mother on the phone, like in front of my table. I'm thinking, this is getting awkward because he's like, and it's in Spanish, so I don't know a lot of the words. And then she comes there and he says, like, yeah, this is my mother. You know, like in the same way somebody would say, like, this is my secretary right here. Yeah, this is my mother. What? And I don't think she spoke English because he started talking about how his day was being really frustrating. You know? This kid's like Richie Rich almost. You know, the way like he just like he was very disrespectful to his mother, you know? Because he said, like, this is the only time I can actually have any fun in my life, you know? And mother, and I keep telling her, I'm at the table. I'm at the table looking at the video games.